I like this battle. I like this battle.
Yeah, it's something.
Actually,
It's
Okay, welcome to the show.
thank
Is my audio okay?
yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, perfect.
Let me welcome you to the show by telling you what it's all about. Okay. So I
Mm.
started with because I'm in sales, so I'm always with the supermarkets and sari stores,
Yeah.
and I have a lot of supplier friends as well. So with a couple of 10 friends in the same industry, mostly sari stores, I started up a group called Sari Store Central just for fun.
Mm.
So at first, I was just vlogging. I was just shooting myself, and then I shared some tips on how to run the sari stores, retailing, and then after a few months, I had some good followers. So the 10 became 100, 100 became 1,000. Now it's more than 10,000 in YouTube.
Mm.
But when the lockdown came, I thought that it would be good to try to do podcasting because at least I can invite more people, even if they're not here physically. I can invite them, talk to them. So what I did during the lockdown was I invited uh, sari store owners, service providers, supermarket owners, anybody who can help people in this industry bounce back and cope. And then slowly, I felt that it would be good to feature people who would be inspiring. So not just those in this kind of an industry, retailing, or if you're a supplier. I thought that maybe it can be more broad. So that's what I did. Right now, I'm starting to identify people who I think are inspiring, and I think if they strike me as inspiring, then it's worth sharing.
Mm.
So the good thing about you guys is that you're both you add a lot of value in the sari store community, which is also a grocery community, convenience store community. It's all about grocery retailing.
Mm.
You add a lot of value there, and you are also inspiring. Uh, be, be, to me, for someone to bring in the Philippines brands that are posed to go against the big boys,
Yes.
because that's exactly what you're doing. From what I see, from what I understand,
Yes, yes.
then those are the types of people I'd like to talk to and have here in the podcast.
Mm-mm.
So much for me. I'd like to know about you guys, Javier and Marie.
Yeah.
I'd like to understand how you got into importing these brands, and where did you get the desire to try to penetrate the local market, because there are a lot of big boys out there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there are several factors there. One of them, well, we always wanted to live here in the Philippines, and of course, when we went around to check very basic products that are very cheap in Spain and in Europe, we always
Mhm.
found that they were very expensive. They were the assortment was not really great, and well, we decided to give it a try to start bringing our own goods. Actually, I personally didn't have any background in the retail part. Marie
Actually,
has.
it's my side of the family that got us into this business, because actually my family is also into retail in the province.
Oh,
So
really? Yeah.
there's always that Chinese, uh, drive to do business, and we've been living in China actually for the last, I mean, married from 2010 to
2015,
2015.
yes.
So
Oh.
a lot of people have been pushing us to, import things from China. But of course, we know China so well. And we think that
It's too risky.
we need to bring better products, better quality, um,
And also make them affordable, because the problem of imported products oftentimes is that the perception is they need to be very expensive necessarily, and that's not the case in Europe. You can obtain you can get very good brands, very good products,
and that
and at a very reasonable price. So we want to also help the Filipino consumer by reducing the price as much as possible. We try to work. That's our, let's say, like our long term goal, that people can save by buying better products.
that's what we saw, a big difference between the consumer market in the Europe or compared to here in the Philippines. We're very brand conscious, and because of that brand consciousness, you end up, spending
Quite a lot of
quite
money.
a lot of money just because
Correct.
branded. But does it necessarily mean it's the best? Not necessarily. So that's how we wanted to, but of course it's a long shot.
Mhm.
But
No, it's slowly but surely we are
Yes.
seeing that the customers out there, the ones that are trying our products, they like them. Of course, when we started with a few niche products, but we quickly expanded to more to broader categories, things that could be used by the average.
Which
Filipino.
products did you start with? What products did you first import?
We started with food product, the typical like tomato products, because that's what uh, Spain is known for. Actually, a lot of the importers here.
Is that Hida? Is that the brand I saw? Hida?
Ida.
Yes,
It comes from the family name of the. This is a
Hidalgo.
family owned business with a lot of tradition, and their name is Hidalgo. So they shortened the name. That's why.
Oh, okay.
So
From Hidalgo it became Hida.
Ida,
Yes.
yes. So and they're fantastic guys. Even I don't know if you might be familiar with Chef Sao del
Chef
Rosario.
Sao.
Yes,
So
he's the ambassador. He's the brand ambassador of Ida. So
Oh, really? Yeah, he's my girlfriend's friend.
Oh, okay, good. So
They're both Kapampangan.
oh yes. So Chef Sao has been super extraordinarily nice, and we were there visiting last October. We were together in Spain visiting, introducing him.
Oh, wow, cool.
So it was a great experience, and I had the opportunity of traveling with him around part of Spain, going to Valencia. Chef Sao is an expert in paellas and stuff, so he also wanted to see where paellas came from, and the dish, how it's cooked there.
Correct.
He does a very, very good job there with his paellas. Anyway,
and of course this brand is from his hometown. So that's one of the reasons why we got in touch with them, because it's like we always pass by the the factory, and then I see
Javier's hometown. Is that correct?
well, province actually,
province.
from
It's
my
a-
province,
it's
but
a- his province. But I mean, Ida is a known brand. It's like their number one tomato brand in Spain. So all Spanish people would know this brand.
or
Can we run through your website? I think it would be interesting because I can share the screen, eh?
Yes.
So we can both run through it. It would be nice to have some commentaries. Let me just share it.
yes,
Okay. So let's see. Okay. This is the website. So these are all the brands you have. You have a lot.
and growing.
And growing.
This is not the end of it. So we are doing an expansion of retail spaces, channels,
Mm.
and products and brands. So we started with Ida, then we continued with
Baby
Biba,
food.
baby food, which is like your equivalent to Gerber
So we compete with Gerber actually.
actually.
That's
Uh,
a tough fight, huh? Gerber,
yeah,
that's from Nestle.
yeah.
We encountered a lot of challenges, but I mean, it's a very difficult, but now we're getting the
Benefit.
benefits.
It's the principal hurdle in the past. Talking about challenges, was probably knowing how the FDA operates and how to comply. Because in our mind from the beginning, compliance was at the top of the list. So everything we bring is registered with the FDA. So that gives the consumer also an assurance that everything they will try from us is has been approved by the FDA. So it's all good. IDA
uh,
is
what's your experience with FDA? Was it quick enough in
Right
terms of
now, yes,
registration?
right.
they've improved a lot. I would say that, dealing with them, especially during the pandemic, it's amazing compared to pre pre COVID situation. Pre COVID,
Mm.
so difficult. But I think they were able to do a lot of changes in the IT. I'm not so sure, but it has been a breeze during the during the COVID time. We were able
Yes.
to register
And
more brands
and I must
during.
say the experience is good even at the when the perception you get as an importer or as a distributor when you see that they are approving your documents at 11 in the evening, for example,
Wow.
someone punching keys at that time. I think that we also need to acknowledge these things. They might have been difficult before, but they were not totally unreasonable. And our experience, a lot of people, when we were telling our friends that are also in trade, that we want to import, and they were discouraging us from the get go because it's like you're gonna be dealing with a lot of hurdles, obstacles. It's gonna take forever,
Bureaucracy,
bureaucracy.
which is true.
Mm.
2 years ago, one CPR can come out maybe 6 months, 8 months.
CPR is certificate of
Yeah,
product.
yeah. I'm familiar. I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, for our listeners, I think. But the thing is, it's been very fast now, and
Now, 1 month is already
the,
for us
Wow.
very good.
yeah, and then
Yes,
So
it is.
when they
That's
have
very
raised
good.
issues and we have
we
made
need to
amendments
comply.
and complied and answered, giving reasons, they have been reasonable and they have
Mm.
accepted. So I think it's for anyone that wants to do something like that. I think they should consider, being compliant. I think that's the best way you can help the market. I know it's difficult. You put a
Correct.
lot of weight on your shoulders, but I think at the end of the day, it benefits everyone. You know.
Let's talk a bit about your experience during the pandemic because
Mm.
it's a big elephant in the room. We're still there right now. We just
Mm.
came back to MECQ in NCR. Uh, Before the pandemic, at which stage was your business in? I
We were
understand you started in 2015, right? But by the end of 2019, and before the pandemic, how's your distribution?
well, our distribution, because the products that we carry are really only the that was available for the distribution so far is only the Ida, the Biba, and a
La
few
Salud.
of the La Salud, the cleaning products. So
Mm-hmm.
um, it was of course halted during the pandemic because we cannot go to the retailers. Our sales
Personnel.
personnel cannot like offer or present to the retailers the new products that we have. So far our penetration was only Robinsons, Mercury Drug, South Star,
Mm.
Landmark, some local tea in Batangas and Baguio for our baby food. And then likewise with our tomato products. But luckily, last year, October, we were able to set up our online channel. We were working with an enabler, like a third party online distributor to sell our products. So we were available in Shopee and Lazada. So when the pandemic hit, actually the our sales in the online, you know,
Yeah, took off.
took off.
Oh,
So
wow, wow, wow.
so at least it was in place. So even if our sales, and then we went to, because there were a lot of Viber communities that was happening, and so we developed some community resellers, like different locations. So right now I have some resellers for my food and non-food products, especially
Mhm.
Eva is doing very well in the community uh, sellers.
Yeah.
What's
So
the channel of your resellers? Are they online or physical
yes,
stores?
online also through Viber. So and because of course the staff were not doing anything, so I told them to just populate all the Viber groups as much as they can.
Baby food is a good market. I'm telling you, anything about babies, it's a
Yes,
good market. When I
yes,
was with Friesland Campina, I launched the mom maternal milk
yes,
and infant formula also. We were preparing for that.
yeah,
And I had a lot of interaction with the first time pregnant moms and anything for the baby, they
Yeah.
will throw caution to the wind.
Players right
yes.
now. You see more
Actually,
players. It's
right
a growing
now
category.
we're tying up with Club Mama Philippines. They want to feature our baby food. It's like the community of Mid Johnson.
Correct,
So
correct.
they wanted to feature our product. So it's quite right now it's more uh, positive.
No, and then also I must say during this period in confinement, we have not stopped doing things. So we have also pushed ahead with plans that we had in mind before in terms of scouting for other products and doing our homework in terms of being prepared. So when the pandemic is over or when things get better, all of this legwork that we're doing in advance will we will be ready for to start
So actually
selling.
during the
So
pandemic, what we did was like register all the pending products we wanted to bring in, and well, it's good now with the because the approval was very fast. We're bringing in some new
like
items that
olive oil is doing well
olive
actually.
oil was doing well during the pandemic. So it's actually, I mean, despite the the situation, actually the retailers are scouting for new products. So it's just that maybe because of supply issues with the
Mhm.
current suppliers, so they need more products to 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 bring in.
Your online channels are primarily in Lazada and Shopee, is that correct?
Yes, and I have
And
a
then you have
few.
resellers as well, right?
Yes, and I have a few baby websites that cater specifically for my baby food.
Yeah, I love that category. I'm a guy, yeah, but I've seen that category. I've seen that market. I'd
Yeah.
love to sell to them the next time I have the opportunity. I also do e-commerce.
Ah,
Mm.
But right now I'm selling martial arts classes. We're just in the
Ah,
process of preparing our online class. So from physical, we're going to transition
on.
to online. And I've had some other e-commerce sites before, like outdoor gear,
Ah,
things like that. So many in the past because I'm just really interested about this beast, which we call e-commerce.
yeah,
So
well,
I think it's a very good channel. If you
yeah.
ask
yes,
me.
And you're right. The baby categories, as you know, the disposable income of families becomes higher. They tend to invest more of course, in their children, and it's been a growing category in supermarkets. And we are still working on bring in more items on that side, on that line, because we also identified that opportunity.
Do you have some milk products?
We
We will.
we will.
Well, yogurt, actually.
We have the baby food will be
We have
complemented. We're working to complement it with healthy snacks like yogurt based, not exactly like liquid yogurt, but a little bit more consistent, so a bit more filling. And we're also working on that. We have milk that
we
we
have
are
fresh milk,
fresh milk
actually,
also.
but
Great,
Uh,
great.
we plan to execute it more on the Horeca,
yeah,
because
Horeca side. Yes.
Horeca side,
Mm.
because the packaging is not as nice, but we wanted to offer like cheap. So
So we want to make it affordable, and that's the way we think it's better. And also because there's no loyalty in the milk category. I mean, people just buy what is cheaper, and that's it. I think it's not yet.
Yeah, it's a commoditized market, so people don't really care about the brand.
Yes. So at the end of the day, what you're gonna be doing is just there's gonna be a price war. I think if we serve better, identifying areas where the supply is not so consistent, or not all the brands are can be found. So we also go in that direction, but mostly on that. We are going to bring coffee. We're bringing coffee in the next shipment that is coming.
but it's a bit more on the
Premium
premium
side, but
so
we'll also bring ground coffee and
Good.
coffee from
It's a
Spain.
big market. It's a huge market. Coffee.
Yes. So there are many categories that you can play. The Philippines is an importation. Offers many importation opportunities, and
Correct.
And
You know what, Javier and Marie? The Philippines is one of the biggest FMCG markets in the world. In
Yes.
fact, I worked with Nestle. During that time, we were number 13 worldwide in terms of the size of the market. Philip Morris, it's all well. Cigarettes are like FMCG. It's considered like that also, whether we like the product or not. But it's also one of the top markets.
yes,
In a lot of big in a lot of categories where big multinational FMCG players play, we are in the top market. So I guess it's also because of the Western influence, but more important than that, the population, because we're just so many. There's so many people.
yes, no, and it's an advantage in a way, because I mean not just because of the size of the population, but how it's they're very young. The new generation of people are getting better jobs in the new industries that are coming up as the country also industrializes more and more, and diversifies its pillars for economic pillars. There's better jobs, I think, or there will be also better jobs and more income. So people also travel more. They're more savvy, more knowledgeable about things. So that gives also opportunities to products that in the past would not have a chance to compete.
Correct. Plus, those products that you're mentioning does not necessarily mean that they're inferior.
yes.
In a lot of cases, they're better. It's
Yeah,
just that.
Actually,
we can give you an example. For example, we
Please
also
go ahead.
are curious about that, because when you bring product, you want to know how you fare, where your product positions in the scale compared to your competitors. And we did a test of all the brands, for example, of dishwashing liquid. And actually, I will not mention brands or anything, but it's a local player that has the best performance. It's not the multinational. So in terms of the
in terms
test
of quality
or cleaning capacity. So it's you would be surprised. Although, of course, we are also part of our advocacy is to try to change the image of house brands in retail, because here the perception of house brand is horrible. It's like people because the manufacturers will scheme on the
on
ingredients,
the ingredients.
or dilute or what, to make it really affordable to the low end. But the product in itself is not really so good. The concept in Europe, and this is what we are, or the US, is to try to offer same quality as the multinational at a fraction of the cost.
So how do you do it? You get rid of all the marketing budget.
And
So,
a lot of try to reduce the mandatories in the supermarket. So
because that alone will bring
already
down your price to 20%, 15 or even 30%.
Correct. Plus, that's the whole idea behind the house brands, because if it's something that you have in your store and you're the only one who has it, because that's primarily yours, then you're supposed to be able to do that. You can get rid of marketing because you can merchandise it well because you have control.
Yes. It just you make a good case in your shelves. The problem is a lot of I don't really want to bash, but this is a reality. Is that multinationals have very very steep conditions to the supermarkets, and they have to use a lot of space in their stores for little gain. So,
but of course, that's their strategy.
Yeah.
They call it category management.
Yes.
But
that's why I'm sure when we try to negotiate with each retailer, I'm sure these brands will be annoyed by us.
I'm sure Del Monte doesn't like it. I'm just kidding. I don't want. Let's not mention the other brands.
You choose your battles and you choose the hills you're going to die. So in our case, we don't compete with Del Monte. It's a different category on the tomato sauce. We are on a different level. No?
I get you.
But we do go head to head with other big players
especially in the cleaning
products.
So we are piloting like in one retailer out of Manila, so that it's like a proof of concept. Kasi if it's in Manila, it's easy.
And the reality outside Manila
doesn't necessarily work in the
Are you talking about the cleaning material?
Yes, the cleaning products. Just like for to give that example how a house brand should work, and how
has to be implemented.
How it has to be implemented in a supermarket, so that they can earn more.
One of our mentors has been working a long time in what he calls the BOPI, the base of the pyramid. So basically, the retailers and business owners that are at the base of the pyramid, that cater to the base of the pyramid, which are the mahirap, the people.
That's correct. The masses.
The masses. So in that sense, we also want to give some leverage to these smaller supermarkets or businesses that they can really have good quality products. We can even develop products for them. We don't really have.
Okay, that's good. So you're open for sari-sari stores to resell your products? Is that correct?
Why not if they can?
The only disadvantage for now is the format. It's big.
Sari store has to be sachet.
Yeah, you need that. I want to do that.
But in Europe, fortunately or unfortunately, there's a new regulation that will ban single-use plastic in a very short time to go
for environmental
curb on the pollution and stuff. So I think that's one of the disadvantages for Sari store. But we also have other options. We're also bringing gummies very soon, jellies. Those are things that can be sold in Sari stores. We maybe also some healthy snacks, if ever in that community is possible. We will make it. We can make a small portfolio for Sari stores. on the product that we can offer to them.
How's your pricing? Because when I look at your packaging, they look very premium.
Yeah.
So are they expensive?
Well, they're still expensive, but
Yeah, that depends on what. Depends on what.
depends on what. But of course,
Mm.
like for example, those yogurt pouches, our selling price is 86, the SRP.
This one.
But the other brands with the same packaging goes for 150, and
So we're almost half price.
so we're half the price already.
Yeah.
What do
So
you mean? You're cheaper than competitors?
Yes,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
in this format.
in this
For
format.
In this
example,
format, yeah, it depends, right?
and there's a lot of education that needs to be done at the same time with the products,
Mm.
because of course we one of the obstacles that we found was the language barrier with some of the products, that the denomination, the name of the product comes in Spanish, and then we need to work to present it in a way that it can be understood, but also
Yep.
because our tomato sauce, for example, is ready to use. You open one of the our tasting when we do sampling or tasting. What we do is open a can, open a bottle, and have people try directly. And people are looking at us funny, like, is it possible to do that? You know, there's always in cans. There's always the lata taste. But our products in the tomato category is ready to use. You can put it in as a garnish. You can put it in on rice, on wherever you want.
I saw a video of your tomato product. Can I show it here?
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
Yeah. Let's show them your tomato product because I watched it earlier. It's
Yeah.
Hida, and it's it's a fun video, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I think it has audio. So let me stop the screen and share it again
Yeah.
so that I can turn on the audio. Okay, so I will turn on the audio so we can share it. Is it there? Okay, and then I will play it now.
Y dame, 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 dame felicidad que solo tú.
The old man that comes out there is one of
The
the
owner.
owners.
Sabor casero.
Y
But
This
that's
is actually an old
an
video.
older one, but
Really?
the old person, the senior that comes out there, is one of the owners. So
Oh, wow.
he did a cameo there.
That's good. That's good trivia.
Yeah, but there are other products, of course, that are not so niche, like
Maybe you can show the new video of Ida.
Where can I find it? Where can I find it?
It's in YouTube
which one?
because it's
I look
actually.
for it. Or do you want to share it? You can share your screen, if you like.
Okay.
Let me
Yes,
look for it.
Javi has a video because it's nice because it's really more that it's really you don't need to cook it.
Let's take a look.
It's straight
Yeah.
from the
Yeah, I'm going there. It's just that.
video. This video.
And then later, Marie, I'm really interested to know how it was in the beginning because I'm sure it wasn't a walk in the park.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Especially for our baby food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus how about the importation? In the beginning,
Actually,
was it easy or was it challenging?
Actually, on the importation side, I was also very, very scared at first that customs and whatnot will be an issue. But
Mhm.
custom side, actually, it's quite straightforward. And even in the customs, dealing with the customs, it has improved considerably
Oh,
because.
this is encouraging.
Yes, because like before getting the customs accreditation, I had to go through the broker. But right now, last year, I tried doing it myself, and it was so cheap and it was so easy because one time we met like one custom officer who's very young and told us that actually you can do it by yourself. These are the documents that you need, and
You don't need a
everything.
broker. You don't need a broker?
I don't need a broker, so I save a lot of money because of that. Maybe I paid customs only like maybe 6,000 or 8,000, while the broker going through them, they charge me like 40,000.
Yeah,
Big
that's
money.
true. That's
And
true. That's
I
true.
have to give the same documents. Actually, what the broker does is get the documents from me
Mhm.
and submit it. So for us, it's like okay, it's also very
Getting
there's an improvement in dealing with the government. We have to also give positive feedback.
yeah.
Of course, because it encourages people. It
Yeah.
will encourage people to do business, to start a business. Because these are true feedback from real case
a real,
businesses.
a real business person. And of course, right now,
Carlos, ¿sabes más o menos?
customs also encourage you to, especially for the new businesses, that you have to register online and then you have to pay customs online as well. So it's
Correct,
really
correct.
so you just
Yeah, that's a big development. Do you know how
yeah.
to share your screen?
Yes,
Yes.
have you found the
Screen sharing is
Yeah, you just click it and then you choose which one you want to share.
the first no one. Okay, share screen, and then we go to where I am.
Is there a tick box for the
Yes.
audio?
Can you see it?
Not yet, not yet. I will stop sharing my screen so you can share yours.
okay.
Okay, can you try to share it?
Wait, I will go back again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, share now. Share
Is it shared?
That's a
application.
good thing about the recorded broadcast.
Yeah, you
You
can.
can
Uh,
You don't need to rush things.
share.
share this one there, and then I will.
Yeah, there. I saw it. I will add it to the stream. Here. It's here. It's here.
Wait,
Your screen is there. You just have to go to your.
yeah. I'm here. This one. This is. I will give some background. Okay, this is a guy that is just doing nothing at home, and he's and basically watching a football match. Then he's taking a bath, cleaning the swimming pool, even doing meditation. And the mom is getting bugging him, or when is your wife coming? Should I do something? Should I chop onions? Should I do anything? Prepare anything? Because he sees that the guy's not doing anything. Lunchtime is coming, and they don't have food to eat.
Then he says,
And-
"Tengo ida."
And he always says, "Don't worry, I have ida. Don't worry, I have ida. Descuida, tengo ida." So that's I'm gonna play it, okay? If you see, it's.
Carlos, ¿sabes más o menos cuándo llega Ana?
En una hora.
Si quieres te echo una mano con la comida.
Descuida, tengo ida.
Carlos, voy a ir picando cebolla.
Descuida, tengo ida.
¡Hijo!
Descuida, tengo ida.
Y sí. Viene Ida.
Ida on rice.
Puedes disfrutar más de tu tiempo. Ida, el auténtico sabor casero.
Excellent.
Carlos, ¿sabes más o menos?
So there you go. There you have.
Excellent. I like the vibe of the videos.
Yes, and there's another. The tagline is actually very nice in that it says, because quality is also enjoying your time, your free time. So, and we also sell Ida as Ida cooks for you. If you're in a rush, you don't know what to feed the kids one day. You always have
It's
a safety net.
Mm.
And that's what we do with our kids sometimes. It's like for them rice, tomato, and egg.
Fried egg.
That's a very nice
So
meal.
if I'd like to try Ida, where do I order? Do I go to Lazada?
We'll send you a sample.
We'll
We'll send
Oh
you a
wow,
sample.
cool. Thank you.
But you can find them. You can find it in Landmark, for example, here in Manila. You can find it.
Can you give me the distribution channels, because I will post that together when I post this video.
we will.
Plus, if you have a link to the Lazada and Shopee stores,
Yes,
I
yes,
can send it to you.
yes.
the other thing is if there's a let's say a grocery outlets, grocery retailers basically, including let's say
We have
yeah, how do they get in touch with you? Can you provide me the
yes,
contact?
I can send you like the the retailers that we have been
Mhm.
working with.
Yes, and the ones that we are in actually continuing the developing. We are in an expansion phase right now, so that we still have untapped or untapped spaces there. So
I'm excited for you.
yeah, it's actually thank you.
I like this battle. I like this battle.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
something. It's taxing,
I
but
was
it's
telling Javi, we want to be actually our goal is like we want to be the house brand king. It's like the one to introduce, house brand in the Philippines the
in
right
the proper
way.
way. Yes.
Because it's not the way the business setup is made here. It's very difficult for a house brand to win because the manufacturers that make the big brands, the local players, are the manufacturers that the retailers tap onto to make their house brand. So what these ones, they have branded products to protect
Yes.
their own brand. So the only way for them to cater to the retailer for their house brand is to lower the quality to achieve.
Yes, I get you. I get you. I get you.
So it doesn't work that way because how the house brand
US
in
or
the US or
Europe.
Europe, it's like
It's- every category in a supermarket would have products that are only exclusive for the supermarket. You think about Trader Joe's in the US or I don't know,
Carrefour
or
or
yeah, all these players. What happens is that these brands go to manufacturers and they ask for very specific product. Probably they change the flavors, they change the design, the shape, but it's always good quality product. And just to give you an idea, maybe house brand in Europe or in Spain in some cases can go up to 60% of the market.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I actually heard of that. I have some friends who've been expatriated in other countries handling big retailers. So I've
yes.
heard of that. I believe that because I've heard of
So
that.
we're talking to producers that have have problems when dealing with house brands, because a big supermarket chain will come to them and will say, I need to place a trial order of 5 million pieces for you to manufacture 5 million pieces because I have so many supermarkets, and they can command, they have the muscle to really push more and more items, and you have from lipstick to olive oil to even products like Coke, like Hola, soft drinks, and things like that. There's no shortage of this kind of products. Why cannot it be here in the Philippines when actually Filipinos are, all this hard-earned money, eventually, they can save more for themselves. They can do other things with their money. So we just want to help. Of course, we are limited, but it could be nice for Filipinos to try something different. Just to not to just be swayed always by brands. In Europe, all these multinationals, they have the space, but it's by no means the dominant players.
Yeah, I sure think that's something that's worth looking at.
yeah.
Yes.
And if you actually the house brand concept works when it's like the packaging is really almost exactly the same as
Yes.
the big brand. So it's like if you're a consumer, it's like, oh, packaging wise it looks similar, but the price is very very different. So it really makes you think, okay, I'll try. And when they try, the quality is good, then of course they're converted.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't asked you guys. What's your background before you went into business?
Actually, Javi is pharma.
I'm a
He's
chemist actually.
Me naman, I started my career in China.
Oh,
So
really?
after college,
The 5 years you stay there?
No, she
actually
stayed
more,
longer, actually, longer.
Actually, 5 years as a married couple, but prior to
Okay.
that, I've been there. So I was working actually for the DTI, the commercial
Mm.
in Beijing and Shanghai. Prior to that, and then moved to Oishi, the Liwayway group.
Oh,
They
is
had
she? Yeah, yeah.
project. So I had some, background on that, and after that, then I met Javi in Shanghai. We met in Shanghai.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
That's cool.
So no, and then my background is pharma. So I'm a chemist, but I've been working in pharma.
You're a chemist. You're a
Yes.
chemist?
Yes.
Oh.
So and I've been, that's been helpful. For example, dealing with the FDA because my background is quality assurance and regulatory. So when I deal with
Yeah, they break
FDA,
down the content, right? So you can understand what's in there.
and I can and you should not be deterred. I mean, the FDA is an agency. They're not just they're also professionals in there. You cannot ask them to give you a certificate if you're not compliant. But if you have documents and you comply with the regulation, they have no problem. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
And that's what you should be looking at, not so much trying to bypass the regulation,
Correct,
but
correct. That should be the attitude.
yes,
because you at the end of the day, what you want is that your business cannot be challenged or your products cannot be taken out.
actually, when we started registering our baby food, we encountered a lot of labeling issues, and of course, seeing the the letters from the FDA, it felt like shucks. They're gonna, shut us down or something. But
It's not going to happen.
yes, Nabi has the background, said, no, it's very easy. You just need to know how to reply to them properly.
Yeah,
And
of course.
Yeah.
and then, we had some deficiencies, but
we corrected
we corrected
them.
them. So,
So
okay.
and then after we corrected those deficiencies, they had no problem. They said, okay, here's your approval. So it's not just a death sentence when you get a denial. It's not that.
Yeah, you can always appeal it, right?
Yes, of course you have a deadline for submissions, which is normal because just to give you an idea, in the past also the FDA have very few agents, officers reviewing the applications. Now I think they have many more, but in the past it's really very limited. So they have a huge backlog, and they cannot just entertain an application for a long period of time. So although it happened, but at the end of the day, what you need to or you try to do is you provide all the information that is required by the regulation, and that's the best for the consumer at the end of the day.
Okay, it's been 50 minutes.
Yeah,
I had an enjoyable 50 minutes with you guys.
Same
And
here.
like what I said, I'm just excited to see how it plays out. This is a good fight.
Yeah.
Yes, we hope that we can little by little we can help the consumer and also the retailers in our own limited way. We can also give them better choices. If I can put it that.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we're open to looking for distributors and resellers, whatever,
Very easy, very easy.
yeah, this is going to be a good episode. By the way, this will appear on two pages. One is Sari Sari Store Central, and then the other one is Jego Bandido, which is the one that I'm developing now because that's the more broad scene.
Yeah.
So this will be up by 8 p.m. on Sunday. When it's live, I'll send you the link so you can see.
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
we can also
Yes.
post it in our in our
Cool.
pages.
Okay, yeah.
All
Cool,
right.
cool.
Have a good night.
Yeah,
Maraming salamat. I really enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you.